You feel like you're a good person, you're doing the right things, thinking positive thoughts. You know that you're called to experience more, you're called to do more, to be more. You have a purpose, it's just not there. And you're wondering, why the F not? What is taking so long? Why isn't this happening yet? That's exactly where I've been. Life looked pretty good about 6 years ago, making a lot of money, owned a gym, married, three stepsons, house, cars, the whole thing. Everything was great. And then everything fell apart. It fell apart to the extent where the business fell apart, the marriage fell apart. I moved away into my own little 1 bedroom granny unit. And that's where I've been since the last 4 years, waiting for things to get better. Then about 2 weeks ago, I was sitting around wondering, why in the hell haven't I made any progress yet? Why is nothing working? And then something hit me. I wake up every morning excited and ready to go with my day. That has not always been the case. Every morning, up until recently, I'd wake up feeling anxiety, almost like fear, worry, doubt. Like I would literally need to spend an hour getting my mind right so I can get the day going. Working out in the morning would help. But still, that first wake up, I was just like something bad was always about to happen. I became aware that I'm further along than I realized because I wake up now excited, curious. If it's a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm going right to the gym. If it's Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, I'm going right to morning pages, writing. And then I'm working on the project. And I learned to regulate my nervous system. And I learned that spiritual fitness does not mean you have to believe in God. You don't have to be religious. You don't have to believe in any of the ancient traditions, even though they all have truth. You simply have to believe in energy. And that's what I've been doing. So now I wake up excited and I have the courage to share the truth now. I'm not trying to sugarcoat it, make myself look better. Because don't get me wrong, I do wake up excited and I do very interesting, fun things throughout the day. But I'm still far from moving out of my 1 bedroom granny unit bungalow. I'm still far from being completely out of the debt I acquired during that 4 years. I don't have a soul partner that I can hug, kiss, and love on. Those things aren't there yet. But it's starting to show signs for the first time ever. What I've been practicing is not brain science. Well, it is a little bit of brain science. I really work off of Lisa Miller's work. She's a neuroscience scientist. She did an awesome TED Talk. You just check her out, Lisa Miller, MD. She basically realized that there's spiritual activation parts in our brain, meaning that if we feel that we have a relationship with something higher than ourselves, there's 3 parts of our brain that become more developed. She also learned that spirituality is not a belief or a choice. It's 33% innate to every human being. We are born spiritual beings. Now you can use, instead of spiritual, say woo, you could say energetic, metaphysical energy beings. Because spiritual, that word gets thrown around a lot. I love words. But sometimes when we get too attached to a meaning of a word, we lose sight of what the word's pointing to. So what I have done over these years, I just didn't want to feel so shitty. I felt so depressed, so much like a failure, that I was just taking things and applying them in my daily life so I wouldn't feel so shitty. So I would stop getting really, really excited if I made a $5,000 sale and really, really low if they said no. Now my objective is to come back to baseline. I always say, snap back here, click clack now. And by baseline, I mean frequency. We are always vibrating at an energetic frequency, which also is correlated to our level of consciousness at any given time. The vibrational frequency I'm vibrating at now gets me access to a different set of ideas, insights, information, and energy. The frequency is your level of consciousness. And when you vibrate and energize at a certain frequency for a long period of time, that becomes your baseline. Because when you align your heart, soul, with your mind, you're able to have a greater impact on your personal reality. Look at it like this. Your energetic frequency creates your human identity. Your human identity with the frequency creates your life experience reality. My baseline is now calm with some excitement, lots of inspiration. But then there's also some shitty times. I still feel shitty often. Shitty things still happen. The past still comes up and puts me in a chokehold and wants to choke me out. I've learned that the memories will happen, the shitty feelings will happen, but it was the stories I would tell myself about the feeling that made it last and stick. So now, shitty feeling, I feel shitty. Let the shitty feeling flow through. Feel the shittiness. But without the words, clear the space and then redirect attention to what I do want, to what I am creating, to who I am choosing and being. Spiritual fitness is not hard. Oh, that's the other thing. For any of this metaphysical reality transurfing, law of attraction stuff to work, people, you have to do the reps. And it's boring and you don't see results right away. But it does work. Do the reps and it works. And the reps can be as simple as positive. Okay, here's spiritual fitness training workout number 1. Something happens that triggers you. And if you're human, that's probably going to happen today sometime. Right when it happens, instead of your instant reaction, instead of your instant response, instead of the instant story that your mind's going to attach to it or label or meaning it's going to give it, do this instead. Intentionally pause. Take a breath. Listen, but not to your mind. Listen to your heart. It may have nothing to say. Perfect. Stay in silence for a while. If a response does come that feels aligned and good in your heart, then do it. Otherwise, stay in silence. Repeat that again and again and again. And I've learned that you even have to do it when really good things happen. Because one day I made 3 sales right in a row. It was like almost overwhelming excitement. And I let it get so high that it was almost like this imposter thing started coming in again. I was like, And my next sale, bombed it. Because sales are all about presence awareness. But this isn't about sales per se. This is about anything we're doing in life. Which brings me to the spiritual strength I encourage everyone to start building, like a bicep, like your abs. And that is presence awareness. Feeling your essence in this moment is all it is. Now, here's the thing. It's not thinking about it. Like the words presence awareness can point you towards this, but you, I, every human being has an energetic essence at this moment. And you can call it your heart, you can call it your soul, call it your source energy. You can call it a lot of different words, but more important than the word you give it, it's an energetic essence. It's who you really are. It's who I really am. Practicing presence awareness every single day, especially during remote, high-ticket, menopausal women sales calls. Now it's almost automatic. It's like part of my lifestyle. It's my habit. It's what I do every time it happens. Presence awareness will work. If there's one thing you take away from this video, presence awareness is the starting point for spiritual fitness. And spiritual is no longer just the woo. It is now science-based and neuroscience. Like there's a spiritual part of our brain that strengthens when we are spiritually connected. And it doesn't have to be anything fancy or specific. And The reason this work's so important to me is because my life mission is clear. I am moved to be part of a movement, whether I lead it or not, embracing the most spiritually fit generation of human beings the world has ever seen. Because a spiritually fit, spiritually connected, authentically aligned person experiences less depression, less anxiety, less illness, and less addiction. In fact, check out Lisa Miller's studies if you are on the fence about believing the spiritual fitness is important. And I think at the heart, the core of spiritual fitness it's called authentic alignment. It's aligning your heart with your mind. The body will follow. The last thing I'll leave you with, it does not matter how bad things suck right now. It does not matter how much you've messed up or feel like you've dug a hole you can't get out of, how many bridges you've burned. Trust me. When you start strengthening your spiritual fitness, things will change. But for me, it took me a while to get to this place. I was learning more, reading more books, going to more seminars, buying more courses, spending more money, watching, so many spiritual YouTube videos. None of it helped. It felt good when I was doing it. What helped is actually putting the shit into action. It's the actions. It's doing the reps. Spiritual fitness training is like working out at the gym, doing the reps. Now, maybe some other people just get it instantly, and that was not me. I'm still doing spiritual fitness training every single day. But now I'm starting to feel and see the results. The process is simpler than you're probably being led to believe. Just think of it as working out. You just do the reps. And I recommend starting with presence awareness. I'll keep sharing my journey as I go. I'm Doc Tom Having, helping bring forth the most spiritually fit generation of human beings the world has ever seen.